Hey guys, I am really excited to talk to you today about sharing the business opportunity in a variety of different ways. And so I have some notes here, so bear with me as I work off of some notes because there are things I do not want to miss. But I really just wanted to walk you guys through 4 different ways that I share the doTERRA business opportunity with individuals. And these ways are online, sharing in business opportunity events, sharing authentically through leading with lifestyle through social media. And the 4th way is opening up positions within your team, which is a little bit more of a aggressive way sharing the business opportunity. But I'm going to dive in deep into each of them individually so that you guys have a understanding of the varying ways that you can share this business opportunity. Oftentimes the business opportunity aspect, when this comes into play for a lot of people get nervous, right? How many of you have felt that feeling of, oh, I'm only an elite. How can I share the business opportunity with people? Or I'm a silver, but I'm only making a little bit of money. How can I share this with other people? When I haven't yet experienced that financial freedom or that time freedom just yet. And I want to let you guys know that it is going to feel uncomfortable sharing the business opportunity. And if it's something that you love sharing, share it. And if it's something that makes you feel uber uncomfortable and makes you feel like anxious and closed off and doesn't sit well with you, I don't want you to feel the need to share the business opportunity. I often hear from people say, well, oh, I'm not attracting builders, or I'm not attracting builders. And my answer for you, or my real question for you would be, do people know that there is a business opportunity tied to doTERRA? Or do they think it's just oils? Because oftentimes people aren't even getting the message out about this business opportunity. So my idea behind this training is going to be able to offer you some real point blank ways to share the business opportunity in those 4 ways I taught you, as well as more or less in sharing authentically, talking about how you can mesh the business opportunity into posts without saying, join me. Okay? So my hope is that throughout this training, you guys will get some solid, concrete tips on ways to share the business opportunity with your social media following and in the form of events. So the first one I'm going to talk about is sharing the business opportunity online. One of the first trainings that was done in this was a business opportunity presentation that I did. I strategically threw that in there so that you guys can start off the week seeing how a business opportunity training is run. And if you're brand new to this business, kind of getting that just the surface of what this business actually is, what this business has taught me, so on and so forth. So it kind of just gives you that just touches the surface of what's happening in this business. But also so that it kind of sets you up for this aspect of the training. So a few different ways that you can host or you can teach with the business opportunity online. I love hosting business opportunity webinars. And this is something that I do regularly. It works out well. I'm hosting one tonight. So I guess I can give you guys kind of an idea of how I strategically do that. So I host business opportunity webinars. I do them once a month. And there's a few different ways that you can host these Biz Opp webinars. And my absolute favorite way to do them is through an online portal called Zoom. Zoom is amazing because you can create a link for a webinar. You can create this link. You can then send that to people. And all people do is they hop onto Zoom and hop on for your training on the business opportunity. The best part about that is that you can actually walk people through on Zoom, sharing your screen and walking them through that, through all of it through this online portal. The business opportunity webinar that you guys see at the beginning of this training is a training done through Zoom. So you guys are able to see through there kind of how things work. And that's from my computer. So you guys kind of see it from the back end. I love doing it through Zoom. For those of you who have a little bit more of a budget, have a little bit more room in your budget, there is a second thing that you can do through Zoom. And this is something that I actually go through very in depth in my social media marketing and branding course, which you guys will hear about. But I will walk you through just different things that you can do within Zoom. Zoom has an option. So for a long time, it was $14.99 a month. I paid for Zoom. And then I found this Zoom upgrade. It's called Zoom Webinars. And Zoom Webinars are awesome because it gives you the opportunity to have people sign up. So the one thing with the initial sort of Zoom system that you can use is people just log on to a link, and it's difficult to capture leads. However, with Zoom Webinars, prior to getting the link for the Zoom training that they hop onto, the live video, they have to give you their email, their name, and if you want more information, they can give you more information. So that one, I don't know, it's like 50 or 60 bucks a month. But I love it because for myself personally, I'm able to run a sponsored ad or a Facebook ad and capture leads that way. So I find personally, people are more apt to hop on to the recording because they've actually gone through and put in the effort to log in and to actually put in their information into this webinar sign up thing. So I absolutely love that. I love sharing the business opportunity online. Many of you have asked how I advertise when I'm sharing the business opportunity online. And you will notice, and this is something I go through in social media branding as well, I love creating something called curiosity when it comes to my posts. I don't give all of the information to people when I'm putting up a post online. The reason I don't do this is because I'm a firm believer in creating curiosity and not giving all of the information to somebody so that they actually have to hop on to your training to receive the information that they want. People get that, like, for myself, I'm really super nosy. So like I love hopping onto trainings because the person hasn't given me all the information in their ad. And I'm like, okay, I got to get on there and I got to see what this is all about. So I'm going to give you I'm going to show you a few different things that I love doing, just different ads that I've created. You guys have probably seen them. This is actually one that I'm using for my training, my network marketing / business opportunity presentation. You'll see here that I don't actually have business opportunity on here. And I've and you guys might have noticed this, I'm actually changing a bit of my branding, and I'm branding very much towards millennials. That's my focus right now in my business. That's my zone of genius as a millennial and as somebody who has created a multiple six-figure income as a millennial. I love teaching other millennials to do that. That doesn't mean I don't like teaching everybody to do that. My zone of genius, what I'm really good at, is teaching millennials specifically. The reason being is that I can relate to them. So I am able to work with them. And this is all along my whole branding course. But this is an ad that I put out today, and it's network marketing for millennials. And it's the inside scoop on creating a multiple six-figure residual income. There's no mention of doTERRA. There is no mention of an actual business opportunity. It's kind of keeping the doors open. So people will see when they click onto the link that was provided that, okay, it is a business opportunity presentation and I'm walking them through my journey and whatever. But if I were to create maybe a Facebook ad for this, the cool thing is that you would get a lot of people signing up that are just simply curious. They want to know what this is all about. So that's one I've done. And then here, this is another thing that I've done, and I've just simply used photos that I've had taken that I've then put font on top of. Same thing here. So what I would do in this case, if I was advertising my business opportunity presentation, is I would do a post on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and this would be the photo. And then I would talk about the, I'd link it, and maybe I would share a little bit more about my story, about why this is of interest to somebody and why somebody might want to listen to what I have to say, because this has been my experience, or however you guys want to go about doing it in that way. So that's just some stuff that I've done with regards to some advertisements for online business opportunity presentations. Let me just pull up a business opportunity presentation. I'll walk you through kind of what I show them and what I do. I usually have things open, but my computer goes really slow, so I try and keep things closed until I need them. All right, let me share my screen. So this is the usual generic business opportunity presentation I use. This isn't the one I'm specifically using tonight for millennials. And the only change I might add to it, I'm going to go through that shortly, is more or less just talking about how, as a millennial, this is one of the best business opportunities, because we're really on the ground floor right now. There are not a lot of Canadians or young Canadians that are in this business opportunity with doTERRA. There's very few. I think I'm actually one of the youngest diamonds. And for me, that excites me, but it also makes me feel a little bit sad, because there aren't a ton of blue diamonds and presidentials in doTERRA that are of the millennial generation, right? So this is something that I really want to get out there and share more, which is where my the millennial topic comes in. So you'll see here, I walk them through who I am, and this is where I share with them my story. Really just in brief, talking about how this business opportunity has drastically changed our life. I do talk about, especially as a millennial, this is very important for some people. I retired at 23 years old, and Aaron is now retired at 27. So he can pursue his dream job. But that's really unheard of in the majority of the world. And that's really unheard of just in general in network marketing, especially somebody who is within 2 or 3 years of a business. So I like modeling that for people so that I can show them the possibilities. For those of you who have not yet found that financial freedom, or who have not yet really explored the business opportunity very, very much further, there is nothing wrong with sharing someone else's story. So hear me out here for a second. People will often say, oh, share your story, share your authentic story. And yes, obviously I want you to share your story at this point. But there is nothing wrong if you are doing a presentation and the majority of the audience is young. There is no reason you can't share my story, or there's no reason you can't share somebody in doTERRA's story who inspires you, right? There is no reason that you can't do that. So, but as long as you make sure you tell it as somebody else's story, don't claim it as your own. But there's no reason that you can't do that. Another thing I also teach my team very often is to talk about the fact that this is what I am creating. So when I actually used to do these business opportunity webinars, I would talk about what I was creating. I remember when I first hit gold or first hit platinum, and I actually shared what my income that month was when I had hit the rank. And then what I did is I actually, my next slide was my income trajectory. And I said, this is what my goals are. And I said, this is whatever my diamond goal was and my blue diamond goal. And at those 2 ranks, this is what I will make. And it was kind of like a manifesting for me. Like I was like, okay, I know this is where I'm going and this is what I'm creating. And it also allowed the audience to lean a little bit deeper. And I had friends who were like, hey, have you hit those goals? And it was a really great way for me to show people where I was going. Okay, guys, so there's no reason that you need to be making it big and sharing this. I tell you this from a point of I didn't share the business opportunity as much as I should have until I hit diamond. And I know there are many of you that are probably feeling the same way. Oh, once I hit diamond, I'll talk about it. Once I hit diamond, I'll tell them people what I make and whatever. And I simply did it because I didn't believe, in the back of my mind, there was something that didn't believe that the income potential with doTERRA was possible. Because at the gold and platinum ranks, I wasn't making what the average monthly earnings said I should have been making. However, when I hit diamond, since I was at a point in my business where I had a strong organization, my income exceeded what the average earnings says for a diamond. And that's not the case for all people, but for me, that was such belief that this business and this opportunity is possible. So for those of you who are sitting there thinking, well, shit, like I'll start talking about this when I hit diamond, start now. Because I know for a fact that some of the best business builders that could have joined my business didn't, because I wasn't talking about the business opportunity. So I walk them through who I am. I love asking questions, critical questions that get people thinking. So if I were to do nothing different, would I be happy in 5 years? Does my current income stream have a cap? This opens up people to thinking about, wow, never thought about that before. I talk about really in really bold way the power of doTERRA. I talk about when looking for a business model, what are some things that you want, and why, and then why I chose doTERRA. And these align so deeply with when looking for a business model. So a really great way to really model that for people. I talk about revenue growth, and these are things like, honestly, depends on who I'm presenting to, but these are things sometimes I remove and sometimes I add back. I talk about the heart of the company, who we are and what we do. Guys, this slideshow is also linked down below for you guys to look at, obviously to change it and do what you want with it, but just for you guys for further use. I talk about healing hands because that's so much the heart of the company. And then you got to talk about the oils, okay? I don't talk about the oils very in depth. I talk about the oils briefly touching the surface. If I was in a situation where I was in a business opportunity event, I would be passing around an oil or two for people to experience it that haven't necessarily experienced them before. I talk about the beginning. This was my first Instagram post with oils. Guys, look, had 17 likes. So things have grown, right? Things have grown since then, and my knowledge and experience has grown. Why people keep coming back. So doTERRA solves hundreds of problems. Talk about that. This is here is awesome. Which would you choose? A 10-year plan when you're in the current corporate world, or a 10-year plan if you hit one rank every year for 10 years in doTERRA? Look where you could be. It's crazy. I show the doTERRA average monthly earnings because I know the truth behind these earnings. Yes, as a diamond, you do make $17,000 a month. Yes, as a platinum who has solidified platinum, you make $9,600, right? Like this is true, and this is here. Okay, these here I don't always go through. Okay, I don't often talk about how you make money in doTERRA. Not because I'm hiding it or I'm ashamed of it at all. Like we have the best payment plan. I don't do it often because it can be kind of confusing. So I'm actually just going to walk right past everything. I talk about here why I dove in, and here's a post that I had put up, how everything starts with one sample. And then why do only some succeed? And this is also a question that you can ask yourself. Will doTERRA be your hobby or your legacy? What are you going to create part-time while working a full-time job? Or what are you going to fit into the nooks and crannies of your life so that you can create a legacy for you and your family? Guys, this isn't a race, right? doTERRA is not a race. doTERRA is it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So yes, I might have hit diamond in 16 months. You might take 6 years, 8 years to hit diamond, but can you not just imagine what that will do for your family? So stay the course, right? And this is a really great question to ask yourself. So this is the business opportunity presentation I run people through in both the online space, so through Zoom and webinars, as well as at events. So this is actually a business opportunity presentation that I had put together for a training that I had done. But it's done in the exact same way, okay? So number one, the number one way that I love sharing the business opportunity is online. So through webinars, great space to share the business opportunity. Number two would be through business opportunity events. And this is done very similarly to a class. So I've done, for myself personally, my zone of genius and what I love doing more than anything in the world is hosting business opportunity events. I love talking about the business opportunity. I've strayed a little bit away from teaching classes because my focus and my love is the business opportunity. It's changed my life. So I talk about it a lot. So for myself personally, I love going to places like you can rent out the basement of a church. You can rent out a community center room. You can host them in your living room and having people over and talking about the business opportunity. You bring up oils a little bit. You talk about the opportunity in a way that make people feel comfortable and supported and excited, okay? So way number two to share the business opportunity is in your living room or in a business opportunity event, okay? Number three is sharing authentically through your social media outlets. I say all the time, and for those of you who take my social media marketing course, I talk a lot about leading with lifestyle. If you follow me online, you'll notice that the majority of my posts are life, are me talking about what I've created, are me talking about the freedom we have to go on a date night, or whatever it might be that my focus is on that week. For those of you who are wondering, how do I share the business opportunity when I haven't created what you've created or whatever, or I'm kind of nervous to share the business opportunity, rope the business pieces of the business into your lifestyle posts. So if you are working part-time and on a random day you're sitting out on the back deck doing some work, take a picture and write how you're so blessed and so grateful to be on this journey that allows you to sit out on your back deck and get a couple of hours of mentorship work done or business work done. Guys, I don't care if you guys have to snap a photo and do a really quick photo and a post talking about how you're sitting on your back deck or sitting on the front deck, or you have the freedom to walk with your dog on a lunch break. Post that on your social media page and don't tie it to anything. So you'll see often I'll post about how I'm working on my back deck, and I post that. And sometimes I tie it to I have some space open on my team for mentorship. But other times I just leave it. And I actually just put up there what I'm doing, what I'm up to, with no tie to anything. No PM me for more information. No, here's my email address and email me to jump on board. No, here's an application. No tie to any end result. All you're simply doing is planting a seed that this is something that somebody else can create. I know I have a lot of moms on my team who will post a photo of them working from their car and just saying, hey, mom boss, this is what happens. And It's so inspiring to so many people to see women getting shit done, regardless of where they are in life, their circumstance, how many kids they have, or whatever. So number 3 is sharing authentically through the life that you live. And I'm going to pull up my social media account and actually just show you some examples. I've got a few options here. So I love Instagram, and I actually share my Instagram to my Facebook. You'll see here, I'll need to show you guys some things that I've done. And so this was one I posted a couple of days ago. This was more of a apply to my team kind of thing, which I'll talk about in a second, and I'll actually use that as an example then. But writing things like this after a week of creation, it's nice to communicate and chat with other babes who are making it happen, and just adding some inspiration in there. I love creating in the evening. Like, this is one of my absolute favorite things to do, is to work late into the evening and just share fun stuff, guys, about what you're doing and creating, and how this business has opened up a world of things for you. You'll also see that not all of my stuff here is about the business. Most of my stuff here is life. This is my favorite thing to do. Sharing things like this. What this business has allowed me to do. So freedom tip 517. Sometimes stay in bed for longer than what's socially acceptable, cuddling your fur or human babies. Grab a cup of hot black coffee and come back to said bed with a juicy book and read away and stay there as long as you want. I promise starting your day how you want to start your day will set you up for epic success. Planting seeds, right, about what this business will allow you to create for you and your family. For me, it created freedom and the ability to be home with my fur babe, and then eventually babies one day. Okay, so number 3 is sharing authentically online, leading with lifestyle, and leading from the heart, just planting those seeds every once in a while. And then number 4 is opening up positions on your team for somebody to join you. I don't do it often. Okay, I really don't do this very often anymore. The reason being is I did it in the beginning quite a bit. I'd open up space on my team. I'd have a lot of applications, and then I didn't have the time to mentor those people. So you will notice probably once every 4 to 6 months, I'll open up a application and people will apply to work with me. And it's funny because the truth is I actually only have the capability to mentor 4 people at a time. Or if I say 1, I actually only have the mental capacity for 1 person to mentor at the time. This is a really great way for you to create curiosity, number 1. An amazing way for you to weed out the people you don't want to work with. The thing I love about this is that it gives you the opportunity to actually open up spaces for people you want to work with. And this is an example of how I like to share the business opportunity, or share the, what was I going to say? To share the business opportunity. So this is something that I do, and people will say to me, this is super bold and totally closed off, and it's not very nice that I'm not opening it up to certain people, and you want to be picky. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so this is a ad I just put out for now hiring. I'm expanding my dream team. I'm looking for 4 women who are, guys, get picky. If you're going to be doing this and sharing the business opportunity and opening spots in your team, get picky about who you want to bring in to your business. You're interested in working to create a 6-figure plus business. You're ambitious and passionate about natural health, right? Because I don't want a junk food eating, alcohol drinking, 24/7 person on my team. I don't want a cigarette smoking either. That's not something that I'm interested in. I want people who are ambitious and interested and passionate about natural health and taking epically good care of themselves. They're coachable and ready to learn. They enjoy a bottle of wine and girl talk. Guys, this is for me because I love nothing more than getting together with people on my team, chatting, having sleepovers, and drinking wine. Okay, so that's important to me. I want someone who craves community, and I want a group of people to support others. I want somebody who's ready to cheer on a group of like-minded women. There's nothing I hate more than female bullies and women who are in competition with each other. So this is important to me. These things that I've listed here are things that I want in a person I'm attracting to my team. So this is one that I put together, and yeah, it just kind of gives you an idea of what I'm looking to attract. Another thing that I love doing is creating something, creating a Google form. So when I say that I have an application for somebody to fill out, I actually have an application. And I do it through, I have Google Drive, and I adore Google Drive. And then what I'll do is I will create a Google form, and they're really easy, guys, okay? So you'll ask whatever questions you want to know about this person, you're going to ask. I ask some fun questions. If you could spend an hour with somebody dead or alive, who would it be? If your friends were to explain you in 3 words, how would they explain you? What is your social media, your main social media account? So I can go look at them, right? Just like a job interview. And at the end, I say, can you please attach your resume? And that might sound super weird, right? Some of you might think, well, what the heck? Like, I just want them to join my team, and I'm going to accept everybody, and I welcome everyone with open arms. And that might be the case for some of you. But for those of you who want to attract a killer team and you want to hit the rank of presidential diamond in your business one day, I can tell you now, having this stuff is going to be a really fantastic way to weed out who you don't want to work with. Guys, I've had people apply to work with me and say they want to spend an hour with Ryan Gosling because he's super hot. Do you think I welcome them to my team? Like, obviously, I like fun, and I like loving, and I like millennial women to join my team. But that, to me, is just very surface and not what I'm looking for. I also ask them for a resume and to fill out the application because you want to see who's serious. I've had people where I've put up the post, and they PM me, and they say, I'm really interested. And I respond, and I'll say, fill out the application and follow the steps that are outlined in the thing. And they're like, oh, it takes a long time. Do you think you want them on your team? So these are just some steps that you can put into place that actually weed out the people you don't want to work with. So sharing the business opportunity can be done in so many different ways. And I want you guys to pick a way, or pick all the ways that resonate with you, that work with you. And yeah, like I just really want you guys to start sharing the business opportunity. So even if for the time being, it's sharing the business opportunity through lifestyle and sharing it authentically through how you live your life. I want you to start getting that word out there about this business opportunity so that you can start to attract those individuals that you want to attract into your business. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you are having an awesome day.